Hey guys, welcome back. Hope your guys what is it, Thursday? Wednesday was good. Apparently the Division on Xbox and PS4 is down right now, and Ubisoft confirmed new reward update. So apparently it all started, they said, basically Ubisoft came out and admitted it. You know, this is a momentous day for Ubisoft, and most importantly, it marks the start of millions of players enduring engagement in the Division's game world, which they are confident they will love. And then about, that means they sold more copies than any other game in Ubisoft's history. So obviously this game is going to be huge because they marketed it like no tomorrow. And they said, we have deployed a potential fix for rewards claim vendor issue that was preventing players from redeeming their pre-order or season pass content. Please check your games to see how that's working. And then they said estimated downtime is approximately 2 hours. Thanks for your patience during this downtime. This was in an update. It was about a little while ago. It came out about 12 hours ago or so. I'm not sure. It wasn't too long ago. And they said the servers will shut down for scheduled maintenance on Thursday, March 10th, and on Wednesday, March 9th at 10 p.m. Pacific time. So, I mean, obviously they need to do maintenance, but I mean, I know it sold a lot of games. They obviously need to do maintenance on the game just to get the game to work right and stuff. But at least luckily it's not during peak hours. But I'm sure once they get this fixed, I mean, people are gonna get turned off by this a lot because it's gonna be like, oh my god, I just paid for the game. You know, I would expect it to work as well. I mean, I didn't buy the game because I could care less, but people that have bought the game, they want this to work day one. Like Ubisoft, you can't really lean on, oh, we sold so many copies in the first 24 hours that we've never sold this many in any franchise history. Well, there's a problem there because who cares? That's freaking damage control, and you know what? I pay $60 for a game. I want it to work. You know, like Ubisoft really can't go into this damage control and say, you know, like what I just said. It's inexcusable. Ubisoft didn't just get the game working. Like, I mean, if there's any silver lining, they did do it during peak hours. All right, that's where I'm gonna leave it, and I'm just gonna move on from this because I feel like I talked about that for way too freaking long. All right, so PlayStation boss admits that the latest PS4 gadget, obviously VR, might not match the competition, and obviously speaking of with the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. And as you know, VR is going to become a huge thing apparently this year because everybody's jumping on that bandwagon. Even the Samsung phones have a VR device thinger job. I don't know what they're called. Samsung VR, I think. I don't know. I don't really care less. But Ito, who apparently is vice president, Sony executive VP, vice president, he basically came out. He said, if you just want to talk about the high-end quality, yes, I'll admit that the Oculus may have better VR. However, it requires a very expensive and very fast PC. And he went on to explain basically, you know, 36 million consoles will support VR already, and they'll already be in the market and available for consumers. The biggest advantage for Sony is our headset works with PS4. It's more for everyday use, so it has easy to use and it has to be affordable. That is not for the person who uses a high-end PC. It's like basically for a mass market. So the long story short, he's basically saying the VR is going to work with obviously all the PS4s. You don't have to get any special adapters or hardware or any pieces of anything to get it to work. You plug it in and go. I'm assuming they'll probably take up one, maybe both USB ports. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I'm assuming at least one, but I could be wrong even on that. Maybe it requires nothing. I don't know. And it'll work with everything. You don't have there's simplicity with the PC. You know, you have to buy probably $1,000 to $1,500 PC, decent one. Like maybe I don't know. I can't remember the specs for the Oculus Rift. I think it was 8 gigs of RAM, 12 gigs. I can't remember. I'm not even gonna worry about quoting that because I don't care. You have to have a decent PC to actually run the VR, and on top of it, you have to pay $700. And Sony does know now that they need to have the price point available to where people are gonna want to buy it. If you price this thing at $600, who's gonna pay $600 for a virtual reality headset to play on your PlayStation 4 that only costs $400? You know. Alright, so kind of to tie in with that whole thing that I was talking about there, Yoshida was surprised by the Oculus Rift, like price of $600, $599, sorry. And the Vive that sells for $800 or $799. And he kind of talked about, you have to spend like $1,000 PC to actually get the Oculus Rift and Vive running, I guess, But apparently, two things. Either Sony doesn't know how much it's going to sell for, or they know it's going to sell for cheaper. That's where I got the article. The article also did point that out. I thought the same thing before I even read the rest of the article. Yeah, the article thinks it's going to come in around $300 to $400, which it's a little bit too high for me yet. I'm not going to buy it because I'll be college student poor pretty quick here. In virtual reality, I'm not going to sit there. I can see it working in like the medical field or like simulation, like driving or flying like jets, and they already have a lot of that stuff. But in video gaming, I don't see this taking off. Like I did like last year. I will admit I thought it was a really cool idea and everything, but now it's getting closer and it's like I don't care. It got to the point where I don't care anymore. Like if it does well, great. If it sucks, whatever. I want them to prove me wrong, but I have no interest in virtual reality at this point anymore. It's the whole thing. It's kind of like with 3D TVs. Yeah, people will say they're dead. People say they're not dead. They're pretty much dead, even though people will go after me for saying that. But 3D TVs are basically dead to me. When they came out, people bought them up. All right, cool. Now they don't support them anymore, really. Like, there's not many more 3D movies coming out as far as I know. Because who's buying 3D movies when you could just go to the theater, pay a one-time fee, and then there you go. But I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird because like the PlayStation 4, I guess, already struggles to run games like The Witness and like Rocket League. So I mean, and that's as far away from VR as you possibly can get. So how does the PS4 expect to run virtual reality headsets? You know what I'm saying? Like, the article pointed out, I just read it from the article, obviously, but they're getting all the credit. I'm just going to say my opinion. What they're saying, it struggles to run the basic games that are nothing. Like, they don't take much to run, but the PS4 is struggling to run them. Yeah, Sony hypes up, 1080p, 30, whatever, frames per second or 60. All right, cool, but now let's throw a VR headset on there that probably requires at least 2 gigs of RAM, I would think. If not, it's a cheap-ass freaking VR headset. So games are going to look a lot worse. Like, that's not going to be a surprise because it's a $400 console, and you might get games playing maybe in 720p, but I'm going to guess 480. 480p is probably where we're going to be at with VR coming out of the box. Yeah, the virtual reality headset screens are 1080, but are you actually going to get those games in 1080? More than likely not. Unless they're going to streamline it and it's going to run straight from the, like, obviously it's going to run from the console, but unless you're just going to get a projection of the game, which is how VR works, I don't know. Maybe I thought this one through a little bit, but for what you pay for the PS4 plus you pay for the VR headset, I don't know. It's going to run you probably at least $700. Because it's probably going to be might be running for $400. I don't know. Obviously, it's not going to be $600 because, like I said, why would you pay more for an accessory than you would for an actual console? That would turn people off, considerably from buying a VR headset. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section because, wow. I'm at a standstill with this whole thing. I want to see it succeed, but it's looking far from it at this point. Well, that's all I really want to talk about in this video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, hey, by the way, before I go, I'll probably have a gameplay video tomorrow. I've been lazy to upload it from my I record it from my PS4. It's on my computer. I've been lazy to make a gameplay video. I don't know. I just turn on the webcam and talking about state my opinion. But yeah. Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.